Hello everybody, Damascus Fox here, and today I'm doing a review, and I'll be reviewing this guy. This is the the Bradford Guardian 3. This is a nice little tiny fixed blade. Very nice. I really like this guy. But let's first talk about specs and what have you, all that kind of good stuff, you know? Let's start off with length. Length of this guy. This guy's coming in. About 6 3/4. Yeah. So almost, overall length is almost 7 inches. And then you got your blade length coming in at, yeah, I would say 3 3/3 of an inch. And then you got your cutting edge coming in at almost 3 1/4. Nope, wait, sorry, scratch that. 3 1/4. You got 3 1/4 of cutting edge, which is nice. I like 3 1/4. It's a nice size. Let's go with weight. Alright, get my scale. Alright, we are on ounces. Weight of this blade. We're looking at 3.38 ounces. So not really that heavy blade. Here is the sheath. 1.76. Here's them together. So carrying this guy, a total of 5.15 ounces. So it does have a little bit of weight to it, but it's not really going to be that big of an issue in my experience. I mean, I've never really carried this guy too much because my belt is not compatible with this loop, but I did put this guy in my pocket a few times. But otherwise, yeah. So somebody that likes keep your weight down. Just something to keep in mind. Size comparison time. I'm going to do a bunch of size comparisons, so I'm just going to try to blow through this real quick. Tenacious Ampere 3. As you can see, this guy is smaller than both of these guys, but that's just because this is a smaller fixed blade. With fixed blades, you can make them have bigger blades, but smaller handles. With folding knives, you cannot do that. The handle will always be slightly bigger than the blade. But yeah, you're looking at pretty much just this one has a little bit less cutting edge and just a tad bit less blade. But this one pretty much has, yeah, pretty much the same amount of blade. Yeah, pretty much the same amount of blade as this guy, but the handle is much longer. Remember when I said I was going to go through that quickly? That was pretty funny, right? CJRB Feldspar full size and CJ Feldspar small. CJRB Feldspar small. There you go. Give you a nice size comparison between these as usual. Yeah. So next up, got my classy bug out and my Benchmade Freak. You can see pretty much this. Yep, the blade length is the same. Just this one has a tad bit more cutting edge, I would say. Maybe it's the same. Yeah, I think it might be the same amount of cutting edge. Yeah. And then I'm not going to do the cold seals right now because I'm going to do a lot of size comparisons just to have that. All right, let's put it up against some fixed blades so people know. There you go. Anyone who's familiar with this fixed blade, the SE4, it's quite smaller. This one's quite smaller. This guy's kind of big. And this is one of the smaller SEs. Okay. Next, if I can get out of the sheath. Gerber Strong Arm. Next, let's do the Mora and the Buck 119 Special. I like putting the smaller ones on the bottom. There we go. So there's a size comparison. As you can see, the Mora has a lot more handle, but pretty much the same blade length. So, and then give you one last comparison up against its older brother, which this is the Guardian 3.5, which is same blade, so you get the same blade length, just a little bit more handle. So someone who wants a little bit more handle, if you got bigger paws, then this is definitely the one for you. This one is a smaller handle, so that's something to keep in mind. So you get a lot more handle with this one. So that's the Guardian 3.5 if you want more handle. Same blade length, more handle. But yeah, this one is smaller. Next, we'll go with height. Let's do the... Not really sure if height really matters here too much. Let's compare it up against Pro 3. So, as you can see, yeah, it's not going to run very high because it's a fixed blade. But in the sheath, yeah. So now I'll do it up against a fixed blade. So this is what it's going to be like on your hip. So yeah, it's going to be much smaller. So it's not going to be bad. Don't really need to worry too much about height on fixed blades, in my opinion. All right, width on this guy. So there's the width compared. Yeah, so if you're used to carrying like the Pro 3, it's going to be like that. So pretty much the same thickness, and let's give you a little bit. This guy right here. So yeah. Pretty cool. Next will be blade thickness. Let me get my calibers. Hit my camera again. Alright, we are zeroed. We're on inches. So let's test out this blade thickness. I'll go on the thicker spot, which is back here. And right there. And 0.14 inches. So on the thinner spot, which is in the front, is 0.10. That's pretty cool. Handle, just for the fun of it, 0.69. Nice. Okay, the price on this guy. We all want to know the price. This guy, on their website, the price will vary on their website. So where I've where I've seen it, I got this at Blade Show West 2021, I believe it was. I think it was like 190 I got this for. 190, 189, somewhere around there. But you can get this on their website for 179, but the price will vary depending on finish and handle that you get. So yeah, the prices will definitely vary depending on how you choose. It's very customizable on their website. So yeah, just keep that in mind that it will range somewhere around the 180 around there, depending on finishes and materials. And the price at Blade HQ, you can get this on Blade HQ. They would usually go around 129.95 at Blade HQ, and the price will definitely vary depending on handle materials that you get. But the downside of buying from Blade HQ is you can't pick your handle finishes, hardware finish, and all that kind of stuff. You have to get what Blade HQ has in stock for that type of finish and handle on them. You can't pick. Where on their website alone, the Bradford website, you can pick your finish. You can pick your handle. You can pick your hardware finish. So that's that's one of the upsides of getting it from uh, their website is it's very customizable. Uh, you can buy it from Blade HQ and buy replacement scales from Bradford, so you can get the scales that you want from Bradford and get the blade you want from Blade HQ. But to me, I don't think that would be a really good idea because you buy the replacement scales. It's like $45 depending on the model that you want. So you combine that on top of 129, you're pretty much going to increase the price to where you would if you just customized it on their website. So do a little bit of research and see what price you prefer for what you're going to get. If you find something on Blade HQ that is exactly what you want, then get on Blade HQ. You'll save some money. But if you want to try out their customizing, then go to their website. Okay, I think I rambled long enough on that. The steel on this guy is M390, a very popular steel. You see a lot of that these days. I still love that steel. It's one of my favorite steels. Very well rounded. It's not too hard to sharpen. It takes a little bit of time and effort, but still very good. Stainless, and it keeps its edge for a decent amount of time. A very good amount of time. I really like M390. And yeah, it's definitely lowering down in the premium scale with all these new steels coming out and stuff like that, but it's still definitely a good choice of steel, and you're definitely going to see a lot of it these days. And let's see, the handle right here, the handle material. This is 3D micarta, so that's really cool. You do have a lot of options on their website. You can get G10 and textured ones as well. Where it's like these checkered patterns. This is the 3D one where it's a little bit more. It's more milled and rounded, which is really nice. I really like these 3D handles. They feel really good in hand. Yeah, and right there you can see that it has a very nice grind, so it's very slicey. I really like that. Yeah, I use this guy quite a bit in the kitchen. I was cutting mushrooms and stuff like that. It definitely works very well for those slicing tasks. Not the greatest knife in the kitchen because your knuckles will definitely block from any kind of like chopping task from here, but just just slicing in general did that really well, and I really like it. The handle is quite small, so if you have bigger hands, it's you're probably going to want to go with the Guardian 3.5, but otherwise it's very comfortable in my hand, and I have relatively, I would say, medium to small hands. It's not too bad. It feels really comfortable in my hand. Well placed jimping. I really like it. The ergos on this guy is definitely good, especially with that forward choil right there. Really, really like that. Very comfortable. Especially with all these it being so rounded and milled. It's really nice. You got this. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Lanyard hole right here in this cutout. It's kind of pokey right here, so if you have bigger hands that kind of go down a little bit more, you might feel these pokey spots right here in that cutout. You may not like that if your pinky goes down to here. If you're able to choke up this far, then this is probably not going to be an issue. Otherwise, it might be an issue if your hands are bigger and if your entire hand engulfs the entire handle, that might become an issue. Yeah, so just keep that in mind. And you also have different options on the hardware. I went with the tumbled. You also have onyx for the hardware, so that's pretty cool. You have 3 finish choices. You got their standard, and then you have black DLC, and then you have their Nimbus coating, which the Nimbus is actually, if I remember correctly at Blade Show, they told me that the Nimbus coating was actually a mistake. The DLC coating didn't adhere properly, so they went through the tumbler to get rid of it, but it made this kind of like faded DLC coat, and people ended up really liking it, so they started doing it again, which is really cool. And I really actually like this Nimbus finish. It looks really nice. Comes with a leather sheath, and I'm no leather expert. Feels like quality. It does. Yeah, feels really good. Holds the knife in really well. Nice retention. Comes out really easily. it's only the leather only comes in a Scout carry, so that's your only option. It does come in 2 different colors. You got the tan one and the black one. You can get a Kydex sheath for this on their website, so just buy a Kydex sheath if you prefer Kydex. So that's also good. Like I said, Bradford is really good with a lot of options. You also can get different blade shapes. There's a Warncliffe and a sheep's foot, so that's really good. And they also have plenty of blade. They have the Guardian 3 all the way up to like the Guardian 6, which is bigger. So they have a lot of variety in blade shapes and styles. They also, I think, have a folding knife, which is interesting, but they're primarily fixed blades. Yeah, so... Oh, I almost forgot about the cut test. I started rambling. Never sharpened it, used it a decent amount. Yep, still cuts really well. Compared to when I first did the cut test, I think could probably use a little bit of honing, but otherwise still in good working order. I can definitely say that's good. Yeah, nice and sharp, which I like. The only downside is is these right here. I don't know why they didn't go with Torx. They went with I forgot the name of these, the pronged bits. Hold on. Step. I forgot the name of these bits, but yeah, the ones with the prongs. I don't know why they went with that. You're going to need 2 of them for both sides, which is always kind of annoying to work with. So maybe get a vise, put that in there, and then have to twist them out. It's always kind of it's irritating. But yeah, you got these two ones. So that's I don't know why it's not Torx, but whatever. Maybe an aesthetic choice. Some people might like that maybe better. I think that's pretty much it that I can talk about. This is actually a really good little fixed blade. If you're looking for a good fixed blade, I do recommend this one. It's really nice. If you're somebody who carries, these, it's like these are a lot more compact. You can't throw this in your pocket or carry it on you, but it's like these are a little bit more easier to carry. Pocket knives with pocket clip. You fold them up, just put them in your pocket, and you're done. This one will, you will notice that you're carrying a fixed blade on you. It's just one of the things with fixed blades. You will know what's on you, where pocket knives are a little bit easier to carry. The only thing that's good about fixed blades is their durability. You don't have to worry about all these moving parts. You don't have to worry about locks. You don't have to worry about... that kind of is rating up. I probably should tighten that. Yeah, so and they're a lot easier. These are a lot easier to maintain. You don't have to take them apart and put them all back together. So there are pros and cons to carrying fixed blades and smaller fixed blades compared to folding knives. So there's not always going to be one perfect, but there's going to be one perfect one for you. So this might be your perfect fixed blade. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. I like it. Definitely going to get more. Is that backwards? Can't tell. Did I put this in wrong? Nah, that felt right. Okay, never mind. Sorry about that. That was a waste of time. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. I think it's time to end this review. I think I said all I can really say, and I hope this was helpful. It's one of my things. I really would love to be helpful. All right. Well, I hope you like this video. If you like more knife and EDC related content, check out my other videos. And remember to subscribe because I post every Saturday and every other Sunday, and there'll be more knives and more videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching, and have a fantastic day. Bye.